Chosen one, what if I told you that there is a force within you that, once activated, will make you unstoppable? They have tried to suppress it, but now you must awaken it. Have you ever felt like you were meant for something greater, as if a force deep within you has been waiting for the right moment to rise? You've been told to play small, to conform, to silence the fire inside of you. But that power, they fear it. They know what happens when a chosen one fully steps into their strength. This world has spent centuries conditioning people to suppress their true abilities. But what if I told you that now is the time to reclaim what has always been yours? The signs are already there. You feel it. The dreams, the visions, the unshakable sense that you are meant for more. Stay with me until the end, because in this video you will discover exactly what your hidden power is, why they have worked so hard to suppress it, and most importantly, how to fully activate it. If you resonate with this, comment 77 right now. The time has come. Let's begin. The secret power inside every chosen one. From the moment you entered this world, you sensed that something about you was different. You never quite fit in, not because you lacked anything, but because you carried something rare, an energy, a knowing, a sense of purpose that others could not understand. You watched people conform, accept limitations, and follow the script handed to them, but something inside of you resisted. It wasn't rebellion for the sake of it. It was the undeniable pull towards something greater. And yet, for most of your life, you may have questioned this feeling. Why did you struggle with belonging? Why did people misunderstand you? Why did life seem to test you in ways others didn't experience? These questions have lingered in your mind, but the answer has always been the same. You were never meant to follow. You were meant to awaken. They tried to convince you otherwise. They made you doubt yourself. They made you think your uniqueness was a flaw rather than a gift. But deep down, even in your hardest moments, you knew there was something inside of you waiting to be unleashed. This struggle, the feeling of being unseen, underestimated, or even rejected, is not random. It has always been part of your preparation. The world does not nurture those who threaten its illusions. Systems are designed to keep people distracted, weak, and unaware of their true nature. And so, those who carry light, those who are meant to disrupt and transform, are often placed in darkness first. You may have faced betrayal, abandonment, or hardship not because you were cursed, but because your spirit needed to be tested. Think about it. If you were truly ordinary, would life have worked so hard to break you? Would people have tried so hard to silence you? Every challenge, every heartbreak, every moment of doubt was meant to refine you, not destroy you. The pain you've endured is evidence of the power you carry. Those who are meant to lead are often forced to walk alone first. Those who are meant to bring truth must first recognize the depth of deception around them. And those who are meant to rise must first understand what it means to fall. What you have lived through was never a punishment, it was preparation. Even in Scripture, we see how the most powerful were hidden before they were revealed. Look at Habakkuk 2 verse 3, which says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry." This verse speaks to the divine timing of those who are meant to awaken. You may have felt delayed, as if your power was dormant while others moved ahead. But delay is not denial. Just as the greatest warriors are trained before battle, just as the strongest trees grow their roots before they break the surface, you have been in a season of preparation. God does not rush those He calls. He refines them, strengthens them, and ensures they are ready before they step into their power. Your waiting has not been wasted time. It has been a necessary process to ensure that when your moment comes, nothing will be able to stop you. And now, the signs of your awakening are everywhere. You have started seeing things differently. The conversations that once entertained you now feel empty. The distractions that once held your attention no longer satisfy you. People from your past are fading away while new connections, aligned with your purpose, are appearing. You are being pulled toward truth, toward knowledge, toward something that feels ancient yet familiar. This is not an accident. The shift you are experiencing is not just in your mind. It is in your spirit. You are beginning to remember who you were before the world made you forget. Opportunities will soon present themselves. Doors that seemed closed will open, and clarity will replace confusion. But most importantly, the fear that once held you back will begin to dissolve. Because once you realize that the power has always been inside you, nothing outside of you can threaten you again. This is the moment they have feared. This is why they tried so hard to keep you asleep. Because a chosen one who wakes up cannot be controlled. Comment powerful if you feel this shift happening in your life. You are not imagining it. You are not alone in this. And what happens next will make everything clear. Stay with me, because next, I will reveal why society fears your awakening more than anything else. Why society fears you unlocking this ability. From the moment you were born, the world around you has been working against you. Not in an obvious way. No one told you directly to be weak or to stay small. But look closer and you'll see the patterns. The conditioning began early, through the rules you were expected to follow, the ideas you were taught to accept without question, and the systems designed to mold you into something predictable, something controllable. They didn't want you to look too deeply, to ask too many questions, to trust that inner voice whispering that you were meant for more. And so, you were told to be realistic, to follow the path that everyone else follows, to doubt your own instincts whenever they didn't align with what society deemed acceptable. But what if I told you that every single effort to suppress you was deliberate? What if I told you that the moment you start seeing through the illusion, the moment you begin to awaken, you become a threat to everything they have built? You are not just another person in the system, you are a chosen one. And that means you were never meant to fit in. You were meant to rise. This is why the world has fought so hard to keep you asleep. Because a chosen one who is fully aware of their power cannot be manipulated. They cannot be controlled. They cannot be fed the same lies that keep the rest of the world trapped in a cycle of fear and dependence. Have you ever noticed that those who challenge the norm, who expose hidden truths, or who refuse to submit to the status quo are always the first ones to be silenced? They are labeled as outcasts, troublemakers, or even dangerous. Not because they are wrong, but because they refuse to play by the rules designed to keep them small. Think about it. When you started questioning things, whether it was the systems around you, the beliefs you were raised with, or the expectations forced upon you, didn't you feel the pushback? Maybe you lost friends. Maybe you became the black sheep in your family. Maybe you became the black sheep in your family. Maybe you were ridiculed, dismissed, or even ostracized for seeing the world differently. That is not a coincidence. That is the system defending itself. Because when a chosen one wakes up, they disrupt everything. And the world fears disruption more than anything else. But what they don't tell you is that your struggle has been preparing you for something greater. The resistance you've faced, the challenges you've endured, the moments where you felt completely alone, these were not punishments. They were lessons, tests, necessary refinements before stepping into your true power. The Bible speaks of this in Zephaniah 3 verse 19. Behold, at that time I will deal with all who oppress you. I will rescue the lame and gather the exiles. I will give them praise and honor in every land where they have suffered shame. This is a promise, a reminder that those who have been rejected, those who have been silenced, those who have been pushed to the side, will one day be restored. You were never meant to be accepted by a broken world. You were meant to rise above it. The very fact that you have faced so much resistance is proof that you carry something powerful inside of you. They do not fear those who are weak. They do not fight against those who are ordinary. But you, your energy, your vision, your ability to see through deception, they have feared you since the beginning. And now everything is shifting. You can feel it, can't you? The way you see the world is changing. The things that once seemed important no longer hold your interest. You are starting to notice patterns you were blind to before. People's true intentions are becoming clearer. The distractions that used to keep you numb, mindless entertainment, toxic relationships, empty routines, no longer have the same grip on you. That is because your spirit is awakening. You are stepping into your true nature. And the more you embrace this, the more they will try to pull you back in. Expect resistance. Expect doubt to creep in. Expect people to tell you that you are imagining things, that you are overthinking, that you need to just be normal. But also expect something else, divine confirmation, opportunities appearing seemingly out of nowhere. a sudden urge to pursue a path you never considered before, new connections aligning perfectly with your mission. These are not coincidences. This is what happens when a chosen one begins to unlock their power. The universe is aligning for you, and no force on this earth can stop what has already been set into motion. If this resonates with you, comment "awakened" right now. Let them know that you see the truth. Let them know that you are no longer asleep. And keep watching, because up next, I will show you the signs that prove your power is about to awaken. You are not watching this by accident. Everything that has led you here was meant to happen. The power inside of you is stirring. And now, it's time to recognize the signs that prove your activation has already begun. Before we continue, take a moment to subscribe, share this video with another chosen one, and if you want to support this mission, click the super thanks button. Now let's continue. Signs that your power is ready to awaken. You felt it, haven't you? That quiet yet persistent sensation that something inside you is shifting, growing, preparing for something greater. You can't quite explain it, but you feel different. The things that once captured your attention no longer do. The conversations that used to engage you now seem hollow, empty, lacking depth. You find yourself craving solitude, drawn to moments of reflection, seeking meaning beyond what you once accepted as normal. And the world around you feels different too. People seem more predictable, their patterns clearer, their intentions more transparent. You see the illusions now, the distractions, the manipulation, the false realities that most people still blindly accept. It's all becoming painfully obvious. And yet, despite this awareness, you can't shake the feeling that something even bigger is coming. A transformation, a revelation, something you can sense but cannot fully grasp. That's because your power is awakening, and they don't want you to know it. But the signs are there. They've always been there if you look closely. The way you've never truly fit in. The way you've always felt like an outsider, misunderstood by those around you. Maybe you've been called too intense, too sensitive, or even too different your entire life. Maybe you've been ridiculed for questioning things others blindly accept, for refusing to conform, for searching for answers when everyone else was content with the lies. And yet, no matter how much they tried to make you doubt yourself, you couldn't ignore the truth, the deep, unshakable knowing that you were meant for something more, that your life had a purpose beyond what they told you it should be. And now, that purpose is beginning to reveal itself. But before every awakening, there is resistance. It's why you may have faced unexpected hardships, sudden losses, or an overwhelming sense of isolation. It's why the people you once trusted may have turned away. It's why, even now, part of you wonders if you're imagining all of this. But let me tell you, you are not imagining anything. You are awakening, and that changes everything. This is not something new, it is something ancient. The process of awakening has been recorded throughout time, often hidden in sacred texts, waiting for those who are ready to see it. Consider the words of Habakkuk 1 verse 5. Look at the nations and watch, and be utterly amazed. For I am going to do something in your days that you would not believe, even if you were told. This verse speaks of divine intervention, of a shift so profound that those who are asleep will not be able to comprehend it. This is exactly what is happening to you. You are beginning to see beyond the veil, beyond the illusions carefully constructed to keep the masses unaware. And because of this, your reality is changing. It may start with small things, synchronicities you can't explain, moments of déjà vu that feel almost prophetic, a sudden pull towards certain people, places, or knowledge. But as your power strengthens, so will the signs. You will begin to experience a deep sense of knowing, an intuition so sharp it feels like you are remembering something rather than learning it for the first time. You will notice that certain people react differently to you, some drawn to your energy, others repelled by it without understanding why. This is because you are stepping into a frequency they do not recognize. And for many, that is unsettling. But these signs are not meant to frighten you. They are confirmations, proof that you are moving in the right direction. You will start to notice doors opening for you in ways you never expected, opportunities appearing out of nowhere, obstacles that once seemed impossible to overcome suddenly dissolving. And most importantly, a sense of clarity replacing the confusion that once clouded your mind. You will begin to attract people who understand you, who see you for who you truly are, who are walking a path similar to yours. At the same time, those who are not meant to continue on your journey will fade away. This is divine alignment. Nothing is happening by accident. Every shift, every change, every unexpected turn is happening because you are being guided, because your power is real, because your awakening is unstoppable. If you recognize these signs, if you feel this shift within you, comment activated right now. Let them know that you see what's happening, that you are no longer asleep, that you are stepping into your true power. And keep watching, because next, I will show you how to fully unleash what has been waiting inside you all along. How to fully activate your hidden power. You have always felt it, haven't you? That deep knowing that there is something within you, something powerful, something untapped, something waiting to be awakened. It's not just a passing thought. It's a force that pulses within your very being. Maybe you've doubted it at times. Maybe you've ignored it, pushed it down, convinced yourself that you were imagining things. But no matter how much you tried to silence it, the truth remained. You were never meant to live a life of limitation. You were never meant to be ordinary. You were born to step into something far greater than what the world has told you is possible. And now the time has come. The awakening is happening, and you must decide, will you embrace your power, or will you continue to live by the rules of those who fear it? The choice is yours, but one thing is certain. If you are ready to activate your true potential, you must be willing to leave behind everything that no longer serves you. But stepping into your power is not easy. In fact, the very moment you decide to rise, you will face resistance. The world is designed to keep you distracted, trapped in fear, tethered to illusions that prevent you from seeing your true strength. Look around. How much of what you consume on a daily basis is actually serving your higher purpose? How often do you find yourself caught in cycles of self-doubt, confusion, or procrastination? This is not by accident. The systems of this world do not want chosen ones to awaken. They create distractions to keep you from looking inward, from accessing the divine energy that has always been within you. Think about the moments when you have felt closest to your true self, when you were fully present, fully aware, fully aligned. Those moments were not random. They were glimpses of what is possible when you strip away the noise and return to the source of your true power. But in order to sustain that level of clarity, you must be willing to let go of everything that weakens you. And that means cutting ties with anything that drains your energy, whether it be toxic relationships, negative thought patterns, or the constant stream of distractions designed to keep you asleep. This is not just a self-improvement journey, it is a spiritual transformation. And like all great transformations, it requires discipline, faith, and the willingness to walk a path that many will not understand. The Bible speaks of this process in Zephaniah 3 verse 9, which says, "For then I will purify the lips of the peoples, that all of them may call on the name of the Lord and serve him shoulder to shoulder." This verse is a reminder that before one can step into divine alignment, purification must take place. You cannot carry the weight of your past into your awakening. You cannot activate your true power while still clinging to old versions of yourself. This is why many chosen ones experience seasons of isolation, loss, and deep internal struggle before their breakthrough. It is a refining process. You are being stripped of what is no longer meant for you so that you can step fully into what has always been yours. Do not resist it. Embrace it. Because on the other side of this transformation is a power so great that once you access it, you will never again doubt who you are. And so, how do you activate this power? The first step is to reclaim your identity. You must stop doubting yourself. Stop listening to the voices that try to make you question your worth. You were not given this calling by accident. You were chosen for a reason. Own it. The second step is to remove distractions. The world is filled with noise, lies, fear, negativity, designed to pull you away from your true path. You must detach from anything that does not serve your highest good. The third step is to sharpen your mind. Seek knowledge beyond what is given to you. Read the texts they do not want you to read. Study the wisdom of those who came before you. Meditate, pray, Connect with the divine source that has been guiding you all along. And finally, the fourth step, walk boldly. Stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. Stop apologizing for being different. Stop playing small to fit into a world that was never meant to contain you. You are not here to blend in. You are here to rise. And when you do, everything will change. Opportunities will appear where there once were obstacles. The right people will enter your life at exactly the right time. You will experience a level of clarity and confidence that you never thought possible. Your energy will shift and others will notice it. Some will be drawn to you, recognizing the light you carry. Others will resist you, uncomfortable with the truth you now embody. But that is the nature of power. It reveals, it disrupts, it transforms. Do not fear this change. Embrace it, because the moment you fully activate your hidden power, you will become unstoppable. No force on this earth can stand in the way of a chosen one who has stepped into their divine purpose. And that is exactly what you were meant to do. If you are ready to step into your power, comment "Unleashed" right now. Let the world know that you are done hiding, that you are done doubting, that you are ready to become everything you were always meant to be. And stay with me, because next, we are going to uncover what happens when you fully embrace this transformation. The shift is already happening. Now it's time to rise. Once you step into your power, everything changes. But you must be ready for what comes next. Because once you awaken, they will know. They will feel it. And their reaction will tell you everything you need to know about who truly stands with you. What happens after you step into your full power? The moment you step into your true power, everything changes. The way people look at you, the energy in the room when you walk in, the very atmosphere around you shifts. Some will be drawn to you, sensing a strength and clarity they don't understand but desperately crave. Others will pull away, their discomfort a reflection of their own unhealed wounds, their own fears about what your presence reveals. You will feel this shift on every level, physically, emotionally, spiritually. The things that once drained you will no longer have power over you. The fears that used to hold you back will begin to dissolve. But make no mistake, stepping into your power is not just about personal transformation. It is about breaking the chains that have held you down for so long and stepping fully into the divine mission you were created for. And the moment you do that, the forces that once ignored you will take notice. Not because you are weak, but because they recognize that you are finally becoming unstoppable. This is the test that every chosen one must face. Not everyone will celebrate your awakening. In fact, many will try to pull you back down, not because they truly care about you, but because your transformation threatens the false sense of security they have built for themselves. They have spent their lives believing in limitations, in rules, in a reality that keeps them small. When they see you break free, they are forced to confront the possibility that they, too, could be free, if only they were willing to do the work. But most are not ready for that. And so they lash out. They question your growth. They mock your journey. They remind you of your past, hoping to tether you back to who you used to be. Do not fall for it. This is not about you. This is about them. And in those moments, when doubt creeps in, when you wonder if you are imagining things, remember this: the forces of this world do not attack those who are weak. They attack those who are powerful. And you, chosen one, are powerful beyond measure. The struggle is nothing new. Throughout history, those who stepped into their divine power were always met with opposition. In Amos 5 verse 10, it is written, "There are those who hate the one who upholds justice in court and detest the one who tells the truth." The world has always resisted those who carry light, who speak truth, who break the mold of what is expected. But those who endure, those who refuse to bow to fear, are the ones who change everything. Look at the prophets, the leaders, the revolutionaries who came before you. They were not celebrated when they first stepped into their power. They were ridiculed, opposed, even persecuted. But they did not stop, and neither will you, because you were never meant to fit into a broken system. You were meant to rise above it. Every challenge, every moment of doubt, every attack on your character is proof that you are moving in the right direction. If you were not a threat to the darkness, it would not be trying so hard to stop you. But here's what they don't realize. Once you step into your power, there is no going back. The illusions that once held you captive have been shattered. The limitations that once felt real are now nothing more than shadows. You no longer seek validation from those who do not understand your journey. You no longer fear rejection because you recognize that rejection is often divine protection. And most importantly, you no longer hesitate. You move with purpose, with clarity, with an unshakable knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Doors that once seemed closed begin to open. Opportunities you never imagined appear seemingly out of nowhere. The right people enter your life at exactly the right time. This is not luck. This is alignment. This is what happens when you step into your divine purpose and trust the path that has been laid before you. So what happens next? You keep going. You keep rising. You keep stepping forward, no matter who tries to pull you back. You do not shrink yourself to make others comfortable. You do not lower your voice to avoid confrontation. You do not apologize for being who you were always meant to be. You stand firm in your power, knowing that nothing and no one can take it from you. And as you do, you will begin to see the ripple effect of your transformation. You will inspire others to awaken. You will shine a light so bright that those who are ready will find their way because of you. You will fulfill the mission you were created for. This is what they feared. This is why they tried to stop you, but they failed. Because you are awake now, and nothing will ever be the same. If you are ready to embrace this power, if you feel the shift happening within you, comment unstoppable right now. Let the world know that you are done hiding, that you are done doubting, that you are stepping fully into your divine calling. And keep watching, because what comes next will change everything. The journey is just beginning, but this time you walk with power. From the very beginning, you have sensed it. A quiet yet persistent voice whispering that you were different, that you were meant for something greater. You have felt the weight of an unseen destiny pressing against your soul, urging you forward even when you didn't fully understand where you were going. This feeling has been with you since childhood, lingering in the background of your thoughts, shaping your experiences, and setting you apart from those around you. And yet, for so long, you may have doubted it. The world tried to convince you that you were imagining things, that your dreams were too big, your insights too deep, your presence too intense. But no matter how much you tried to suppress it, that knowing never left you. It was always there, waiting for you to embrace it. And now, at this moment, you are beginning to see why. The power inside of you is real. It is not an accident. It is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. Because once you do, everything in your life will begin to shift. For years, you may have felt misunderstood, isolated, or even rejected for the way you think and perceive the world. People may have called you too sensitive, too analytical, too much of a dreamer. You may have struggled with feeling out of place, as if you were walking a different path than everyone else. But what if I told you that this was never a flaw? That the very things that made you feel different were actually signs of something greater? Chosen ones are never meant to blend in. They are meant to disrupt, to awaken, to transform. And because of this, the road you have walked has not been easy. You have faced struggles others could not see. You have endured trials that tested your faith, your strength, your willpower. There were moments when you wanted to give up, moments when you questioned everything, moments when you wondered if this journey was worth it. But despite it all, you kept going. And that, more than anything, is proof of who you are. This path you have walked was never random. It was preparation. Every hardship, every loss, every betrayal was shaping you into the person you were meant to become. The Bible speaks of this in Zephaniah 3 verse 17. The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In his love, he will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing. This verse is a reminder that you have never been alone. Even in your darkest moments, you were being guided, refined, strengthened for something far greater than you could have imagined. You were never being punished, you were being prepared. Every delay, every closed door, every unexpected turn was part of a divine plan designed to bring you exactly where you needed to be. And now that time has come. The lessons have been learned. The trials have been endured. The power within you is ready to be unleashed. If this message resonated with you, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and share it with another chosen one who needs to hear it. And before you go, comment "I am chosen," because that is exactly who you are. Your time has come. Now rise.